Phoenix.
Here's Nambata finding Pogoy on the run, and RR, took that strong. It's Jason Perkins.
This is where TNT is very, very strong. When they score in transition, they make stops, and when they score on fast break points.
10-point lead still for the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Tyler Theo with a pick and roll with Perkins. He goes to the other side. RJ Azul, yes!
So far, perfect from the three-point area. 4 out of 4.
They're now 4 out of 4 from beyond 1 arc, and they are 1 out of 1 beyond 2 arcs.
Wow.
Here's Nambata. At the rate that Phoenix is playing, they'll never want to play anywhere else. Can we have more games here in Montalban, please, says the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Here's our Pogoy, shown a double here. Almost got the turnover, and eventually it happens, and that's a great defensive stop here from the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Phoenix has been doing a superb job with their half-court defense, shutting down the penetrations of TNT.
What a well-timed double team for the Phoenix Fuel Masters. As we take a look at this, first that finish from our Pogoy, that big boy finish. He saw Jason Perkins, said, I can take that. And of course, on the other end, RJ Azul doing what he does best, just knocking down those triples. Here's Ken Tuffin. Great game from him so far. He drives inside, and that's going to be a block from Calvin Octana, but they say that's going to be a foul.
And Payawal.
And Payawal will have the foul. So it was a good block from Octana, but Payawal will be hit with the hold right there on the left arm, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Like as he was going up, like a little tap there. And you know, Payawal not used a lot by Coach Chot Reyes. A chance for him here in the All-Filipino Conference as Ken Tuffin misses the first of 2. Simon Camacho will come in for Raul Soyud.
Coach Jamaic has been shuffling his men very well, as you can see here.
With an up and down counter for Phoenix, they need to find a bit of consistency. Of course, those first 2 games without Jason Perkins due to health concerns, and then, of course, having him back. They won their first game back with Jason, but then lost the last one against Magnolia. Nambata going strong inside, and that was a foul wherein, look, I'm going to foul you, but you're going to feel it. Simon Camacho in his 3rd foul there, so that'll be something.
Open out of 3 coming from the transition, and I think that's what TNT needs to do in the second half. Try to play small ball and push that ball and try to score off the transition.
So far, so good. Playing big didn't do them a lot in that second quarter. As soon as they went small, things started looking different. Now, let's see how Phoenix reacts. They walk it down, coach, realizing that TNT have
Slow
been
it down,
running the
correct.
game well.
So far, they've been controlling the tempo of this game.
So they've gone to Perkins in the last few possessions. They go back to him again. Here, the size advantage for sure. Pogoy needs the help. You saw it. He will go to the line to shoot two, talking about Perkins.
Yep. That time he went to his strong hand, left hand, and Ciso fouled him. 2 free throws for Perkins.
Sama called on the floor. TNT still trading big here, 67-47, but we're seeing a lot more fight from the Tropang 5G. We'll be right back, don't go away.
You know what I love about Filipinas Live? I can watch me. Filipinas Live lets me watch in different angles. No. I'm referring to the multi-cam feature. It allows me to chat with the other viewers too, which means I can read your comments too. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. And it's not just games, there's original content too. And that is Filipinas Love. Filipinas Live.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All
0.6% from the field in the first half. Their analysis, according to assistant coach Sandy, was they were not reading Phoenix's switching defense well. They were forcing shots and not getting in the rhythm. The last few possessions in the second quarter with Simon and Ciso's threes reflected the better ball movement and were used as reference for positives that they could work on. However, with Phoenix's high shooting percentage in the first half, tighter defense was emphasized, highlighting their need to make the Fuel Masters miss TNT to run more, as we have been seeing in the third quarter, and to consequently take advantage of those completed stops. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. Of course, defense always being the key here. TNT actually became one of the better defensive teams in the last few conferences with RHJ under Coach Chot Reyes, and still trying to preach that here. But so far, Coach, with, at the moment, 18 points scored. 17 points rather, with that miss from Jason Perkins from the free throw line. 17 points scored here for Phoenix in quarter number 3. They have yet to really stop Phoenix from doing what they want on the offensive end.
Yep.
They have been running a lot more, though, for TNT, and it feels like so much smoother on the offensive end. As they're forcing the ball. Now they find Pogoy. Pogoy couldn't make it. As the ball pops up to Calvin Octana, and the ball will stay with the white shirts. But Jason Perkins asking for a review, and it looks like Coach Jamai Karin will oblige. Oh, rather not. So the call is
they're not going
corrected.
to challenge it.
Yeah, the call was corrected
okay.
to Phoenix.
No need for challenge.
Yep. No need for a challenge, and we play on here. R.R. Garcia feeds it to Jason Perkins, who has been the focal point of this Phoenix offense in the third quarter. They give it back to Perk. Perk, size advantage here. Finds Kai Balungay. What a cut from Kai. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, TNT seems to be having problems guarding that off-the-ball cuts by Phoenix. And Perkins doing a good job spotting those players cutting to the basket.
Well, you can see what they're doing here, talking about the Phoenix Fuel Masters. What happens is that when they see TNT are parading a small ball lineup, Jason Perkins gets to work because no one can contain his strength and his size.
Exactly. And then they double team him in the post, and that opens up those cuts from the weak side.
Take a look at the numbers here for Kai Balungay. We're saying that this is a coming out conference for him here with a 20.3 points per game in the Philippine Cup, a 30-point game under his belt as well, and a lot of usage here so far.
Yeah. I mean, a big increase in terms of points.
100%, Coach. So right now, the question is, all right, if you're the TNT Tropang 5G and you have been playing the small ball lineup for a while, you have to outscore this Phoenix team. Unfortunately, that one not falling for them.
Oh, yes. Well, they have to play defense first, make stops.
Again, look at them, hunt. And Perkins gets it, the offensive rebound, the shot no good. Good rebound there for Kobuntin. Inambatak. Oh, that is a good extension. The finish not quite there.
Yeah, they're trying to force a lot of shots. I feel that they could still move that ball around, force the defense to close out, and attack those closeouts.
They're getting set here, talking about Phoenix Fieldmasters. They find Perkins again, but a mismatch against Brian Heruela. Heruela is a tough cookie. He is very strong for someone his size.
Good foul baiting move there by Perkins.
Oh, yeah. He saw the play wasn't developing. He knew he needed to save the possession. And you felt a bit of fatigue there from Perkins as well. They were going to him a lot in the last few possessions. 68-47 in favor of Phoenix. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
Coming at you from the United Center in Montalban, a new venue here as we take a look at Ara Garcia, who had a great return to Zamboanga last time around, 22 points after only averaging 4 points per game in the first 3 games of the Philippine Cup. Here today, talking about Ara Garcia, 6 points today, Coach. But then, of course, what a return for him to Zamboanga.
Oh, definitely. It's a breakout game for R.R. Garcia.
As well, Gregorio has the support.
Needless to say, R.R. Garcia was inspired playing for the first time in his PBA career in his hometown, Zamboanga. His family was there, his childhood friends watched him. He ended up giving away more than 30 tickets. Phoenix badly wanted doing that for him, but still, R.R. carries the reminder of where he came from and the loved ones in the city he has the privilege of playing for. Back to you, Paolo and Kochi.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. Kaya next time we're in Zamboanga, nandun po yung Phoenix, or at least R. Garcia, you know who to look for tickets. 30 tickets given away. Thank you so much for that report, Bel Gregorio.
But you know what? There's a lot of good players from Zamboanga.
Oh, yeah. There's such a athletic people, yung mga Chavacano.
Yep.
I mean, like, just think about it. Heidelin Diaz came from there. Talking about the athletic pedigree. Oh, and that is much better defensively here for TNT. Forcing baseline and then getting the steal and Ara Pagoy running.
Again, then that fast break was resulted. It was coming from the good defense by TNT.
And Coach Chot Reyes is on the floor, angry, not quite sure why. Coach Chot Reyes with a technical foul for entering the court. Upset at our officials. RJ Azul will have the technical free throw. I'm not quite sure what he was upset about.
Yeah, me too. I want to know what's the reason why Coach Chot is upset.
I believe
after making that fast break.
Perhaps a non-call on Pogoy. Let's see if he has a point here. I can't tell, Coach, to be quite honest, what Coach Chot Reyes is upset about. We'll try to get more clarity on that
Maybe he's just trying to fire up his team.
Oh yeah, 100%. Sometimes coaches will do that intentionally.
Yeah, coach team loves to do that.
I remember one very memorable game where Coach Tim Cone threw a monoblock chair onto the playing court.
Like a Bobby Knight thing, huh?
Oh yeah. If I'm not mistaken, unfortunately ended up losing that game still, I believe. As RJ Azul couldn't make that happen. Offensive rebound. Oh, will shoot the bonus. Never gave up on the play, coach.
Yeah. Azul knew he was going to miss that shot. He followed up his miss and was able to get a foul.
71-49. Phoenix still on top with 1:49 left here and the third. RJ Azul will shoot 2.
That's what you give up, no? The offensive rebounds when you play a small ball.
This is strange. He's shooting from the side. Come on, RJ Azul. I don't think I've seen that before from RJ. And right now, Ibonya checking in for the first time here. Well, here is a more traditional big man. He'll match up against Raul Soyo here.
Yep.
Yes, RJ Azul.
Still on the side.
Still shooting from the right side of the free throw line.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter as long as he makes it.
Yep.
I remember there used to be an import where he would shimmy his way to the middle. I forgot what his name was, but he would shimmy his way from when he takes free throws onto the center.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I forgot about the team.
Yeah,
What
the
team he was.
2000s. Yeah. As there is Brian Heruela in the corner, no good. I'm gonna try and look that up. I remember seeing videos of him in the past. Here's Ara Garcia.
Phoenix enjoying a 24-point lead here in the third.
RJ Azul. Trying to beat Raul Soyud. Finding Kai Balungay, but that's another turnover. Ibonya completes the steal. 73-49 in favor of the TNT, or rather in favor of the Phoenix Fuel Masters against the TNT Tropang 5G. Arpogoy, a near backward violation. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Heruela will try again. And
There you
gets
go.
it.
TNT needs to make stops. They cannot afford to trade baskets with Phoenix at this point.
RJ Azul. Kai Balungay using his body, and that's a part of this game that's not quite as polished yet. A bit wild as he tries to challenge in the post.
They have fouls to give. Phoenix can still foul, give up a foul.
3-second difference in his shot and game clock. Here's our Pogoy. Simon Enciso. Ibonya, lost the handle. Gotta shoot. Go Buntin to beat the buzzer.
Yes! I was surprised Phoenix did not foul there.
73-55. Still a big lead from Phoenix, coach, but then we are seeing more positive signs here from TNT.
Oh yes, definitely. Back-to-back threes there by TNT to cut the lead to at least less than 20 points, and we still have 12 minutes remaining here in the game.
Now job's not done for Phoenix. 73-55. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
Off the three-point shooting from the Phoenix Fuel Masters in the first half, it was really night and day. 5 of 7 for Phoenix and 2 of 15 for the Tropang 5G. The 2 of the shots made, by the way, happened at tail end courtesy of Simon Enciso. But what about Jason Perkins today? 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, and 7 of 13 from the field. Jason Perkins using his big boy strength, especially against a small ball lineup. But then let's take a look at Simon Enciso, coach, because he has come in and really done a job here for Coach Shot Reyes, getting 3 balls to go. Notably, the 2 back-to-back threes at the end of the second quarter. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Paulo De Rosario, also Coach Eric Altamirano, and Isabel Gregorio joining us on the sideline. And Coach, all's not lost yet for TNT, but they need to get working quickly. Defense has to be on point, and they gotta get their shots in quicker.
Oh, definitely. They have to really work hard on both ends of the floor. they have to make stops and then also be able to make their threes. So let's see.
Garcia finding RJ Azul. Azul pulls up for three, no dice. Guy Bulangay with an offensive rebound. He averages around 6.3 offensive rebounds in this conference. And for him, that is only his first offensive rebound today.
Again, another stop there by TNT.
And they got to score quickly.
Yep, let's see if they can produce a basket here.
Kim out in, wide open, pulls up. That would have been big.
Yep. Phoenix slows it down.
But you see the intention there, coach.
Yep.
And in contrast, you see a Phoenix team running through the progressions, and that'll be a foul from Ibonia.
At that time, RR was left wide open for that layup of that handoff by Soyun.
Here's R. Garcia with a more traditional free throw shooting stroke. Again, for those wondering, because I went into the vault and I found out who it was. It was the son of George Gervin, G. Gervin Jr., who played with the Coca-Cola franchise back in 2008.
There you go. Yep.
His routine was dribble, shimmy, and then shoot.
If I remember right, even his dad
But
has an uncanny way of shooting.
Yes, but I don't think the same way.
Yes, definitely.
George Gervin did it. But G. Gervin Jr., look him up, ladies and gentlemen. 2008 Coca-Cola franchise. Here's Simon Enciso. We find Kim Maurin, relocates for the jumper. Had to shoot it. Great offensive rebound. TNT getting that in.
That's a great offensive rebound by Glenn Cubontin.
Oh, but what a drive there come from R. Garcia. Perkins showing off his range. Oh! Jason Perkins is having a game for himself here today.
Again, the lead goes back to 21 points
Ibonia.
for Phoenix.
Now to Simon Enciso. Finding Ibonia here. They're looking for the three-pointers. They're looking for the perimeter shots. Enciso has been a hot hand, and he continues. I think with Simon Enciso, normally he celebrates three-pointers by bringing out the bow and arrow. But when you're trailing this big, it's good that you're not doing that.
Exactly, but you can't leave him wide open like that. He's going to bury it.
100%, coach. Here's Ken Tuffin. Has had a good game, especially in that first half. Oh, and what a find to Manganti. How did he find it?
That's the thing here, you know. TNT cannot afford to exchange baskets with Phoenix. Phoenix doing a good job responding to the challenge put up by TNT.
Here's Enciso. Enciso couldn't get that in. RJ Azul has it. RJ. Lucian Manganti. Perkins. Looking at his options. Short shot clock here. Only 5 seconds to play with. Perk. He understands. He sees it. And he gets the basket to go. What a ball game from Jason Perkins. He's feeling it.
Yeah, you cannot say anything bad about the defense of Glenn Cubontin right there. He was able to stay in front, get him out of position, but Perkins was still able to get that shot in.
Jason Perkins and the Phoenix Fieldmasters in charge against TNT, 83-60 with 8:54 left here in quarter number 4. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion.
Still watching your PBA. This is the first game we're having here in United Center 2 in Montalban, Rizal. As we see the crowd here thoroughly enjoying PBA action. Two great games here today. Of course, the Phoenix Fieldmasters having a great one against the TNT Tropang 5G. And we can't wait to have more games here. It's a beautiful facility, Coach. My first time here in this area. And it's just so nice to be able to have a new venue here. As we take a look at Commissioner's Row as well. Of course, some of the key decision makers making this possible. Of course, Commissioner Willie Marichal representing the PBA very well in terms of reaching out to more communities, to more stadiums, as we take a look at the shot of United Center 2 here in Montalban. As Bel Gregorio has a report for us. Bel.
We listened in to TNT's most recent huddle. The call of Coach Shot was to set a better screen so they won't scramble, observing the number of instances that they've just been chaotic offensively. We also asked Assistant Coach Yuri to shed light on why Coach Shot entered the playing court earlier. He said it was because of consecutive non-calls that Coach Shot didn't agree with, perhaps also his way of firing his players up, especially on the defensive end. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio with confirmation that tama nga si Coach Eric. Then of course, you take a look at the setting screen. That's such a big factor here. And let's see if we'll see better quality for TNT on the offense bench because of that. Zara Garcia couldn't finish it in the short shot clock, but they basically took out 24 seconds with that possession, Coach. As Ken Tuffin hits the deck, that'll be a foul on him. 83-60. Coach, TNT, this conference, poor start. Remember, this is a Grand Slam chasing team. And perhaps we are not thinking enough about the impact that RHJ had in the championship winning teams for the last two conferences.
Well, definitely. I think at this point they have to forget about RHJ. You know, RHJ cannot play in this conference, so they really have to rely on themselves, be able to find a solution on how they can turn things around for this conference and be able to get that very hard Grand Slam.
Here's Calvin Oftana working against Jason Perkins. And take a look at that, the effort from RJ Azul and Calvin Oftana. So that will be the ball of TNT. RJ Azul having a judge foul Calvin.
But you know, what I like about Phoenix is how they defend. You know, the one-on-one plays of TNT. Every time one player attacks the basket, there's two guys on that paint to be able to plug and stop that penetration.
Ryan Heruela. And that will be a travel. That was a hop, step, and half. Kulang na lang ng visa.
Yep. Not much ball movement there for TNT. Very predictable, and Phoenix was able to, again, defend that paint very well.
Here's Tyler Teo. Who had a great third quarter, Toma Tyler.
Oh, yes. After scoring 5 points in the first half, he has 13 points to his name.
So many standout players here so far for Phoenix. So to Ken Tuffin. Ken Tuffin can't get that to go. Can't get his miss, but then bounces that off Kim Maurit.
Yep. Everything not going well for TNT.
And that was Ken Tuffin's first miss, by the way, of the game. Also his first attempt of the second half, if I'm not mistaken. Tyler Teo. RJ Azul. Jason Perkins, a little fake. Unable to get it done with Simon Camacho.
Wow.
What a workman's job from Simon Camacho.
Every player of Phoenix doing their job, whether it's rebounding, defending, scoring, just like in this play. You know, Camacho not giving up on that play, was able to get that offensive rebound and put back in a foul.
You know, I had a chance to talk to Simon Camacho a couple of games ago at Sabinya that his job is to rebound, not really score. If ever he has the opportunity to do so, sobrang bonus
na lang, yes.
Here's Oftana. Ryan Heruela finding Calvin Oftana. Camacho all over Oftana. He's very much a defensive stopper. Camacho. But Heruela, the big stopping back.
We know that Heruela can bury those threes given the chance, and he's proving it in this game.
Still a big lead here. Camacho to RJ Azul. Azul goes up for three. He wanted the contact, didn't get it.
Yep.
Here's Kim Maurit. Now Brian Heruela. Ball popped up to Razon. Back to Kim. Now Heruela again, trying to make back-to-back triples. Can't do it. Good rebound there from Tyler Teo. Full court pressure from Razon. Good pick there set by Jason Perkins. Tyler. Make his options here on the attack. Finds Perkins. Perkins will try another three, and he'll get it!
That pick and pop play works wonders for Phoenix.
Here's Oftana. And that'll be a basket, and Oftana getting that rare moment of reprieve here for TNT. As the Phoenix Fieldmasters coach are looking really good here. Nothing stopping them, no matter what adjustments Coach Chot Reyes makes. They played big. At one point, they tried to, at the very least, get their offense through Boy Era in the interior in the early part of the second half. But then, no matter what they did, especially on the defensive end, Phoenix just found a way.
Oh yes, Phoenix had an answer to all the adjustments made by TNT, and they're doing it on both ends of the floor. They're doing a superb job executing their offense. At the same time, they're really giving TNT a hard time scoring points.
Tyler Teo. Backing Razon. Tyler driving. What a find there to Camacho. Able to hold it. They go to the line to shoot two. You know, some people forget that Sam Camacho actually, if I'm not mistaken, he was an MVP in a different league before yes, he was. He was an MVP for a season playing under for Philip Basket in the past.
Oh, okay.
So he actually does have the capability to put the ball in the hoop.
Yep, a lot of upside for this young man. You know, he's been, go-to guy when he was playing in the UAP.
Yeah,
Adamson. Then, knows his role. He doesn't force his shots.
Oftana gets a big triple. And cue the timeout here. Calvin Oftana hitting the three ball to make it a 89-68 game. Still in favor of the Phoenix Fieldmasters though. Let's take a look at that again. Calvin Oftana with the triple. But the gap's still too wide here for the TNT Tropang 5G rather to consider victory. We'll be right back.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports?
What's happening Sunday? We are going to Antipolo. Terra Firma Jeep against the Magnolia Stream Labs. Touchdown for the first game, followed by a big assignment here for the Tropang 5G coach against the San Miguel Beermen in the second game. It doesn't get any easier for Coach Chot Reyes.
Yep, San Miguel Beer is playing really well.
Yeah. Because the All Filipino conferences, coach, if you have a certain Jumar Fajardo, boy, what a weapon, what an advantage.
Yeah, they feel they own the All Filipino Conference.
Well, there was a time it felt like they did.
Yep.
I lost count of how many consecutive All Filipino conferences they won with that Death 5 back in the day. So TNT trying something a bit different here. They went on that full court press.
Yep, and then now they're going to go into a zone. Let's see if this works. Just to get Phoenix off their timing.
Tyler Diaz, short shot clock. Oh, he gets it. Getting everything.
But Diaz said, no way.
I was going to say that was a great defensive sequence from TNT up until that three-pointer. Oftana.
That's bad spacing for TNT.
Oh, yeah. They'll try again, though, and Oftana gets back-to-back triples. Oftana, sometimes he doesn't need the spacing, coach.
Yep. Don't need to if you can make those shots. But you know, the trend of the TNT's games is very similar to this one.
Yeah.
They trail big and they'll try to come back with hitting those three-pointers late in the game.
But coach, this one in particular, they just allowed. Phoenix haven't been shooting the ball particularly well this conference. But then this game in particular, it has been a clinic on the offensive end. At the moment, coach, shooting percentage-wise, they are above 50% from the field.
Wow, that's very remarkable.
And that's a good turnover from Razon, going all the way to Calvin Oftana for the easy two.
Let's see if they can get a couple more steals like that.
We've seen very weird things happen in the PBA and in basketball in general. Let's see how close they can come here, talking about TNT. Calvin Oftana gets two. Here's Alejandro.
Phoenix will slow it down. Make sure that they execute well on this offense.
Alejandro. Tuffin in the corner. Tuffin can't get the shooter's bounce. Razon. Calvin Oftana. Oh, he knew that was a miss straight away.
Yeah, that's the forced one. But you know, that happens when you're trading by a big margin. You tend to rush things and try to overhaul that big lead.
Simon Cease will come in for Calvin Oftana, who has shot the ball very well also from beyond the arc. Right now, TNT are hoping for a T-Mac moment or a Reggie Miller moment. Just as many threes in a short amount of time possible.
But I feel that Phoenix has been very consistent in this game. They've been totally controlled this game. They've gotten to maintain that 20-point lead mostly the entire game.
Yeah, it's a wire-to-wire victory here for TNT, coach. There's Tyler. Oh, and Tyler Dio avoids the contact, but then couldn't get the finish. Razon goes up for three. That's
there
good.
You go. Semblance of a rally here by TNT.
Well, too little too late here for TNT, though, as Phoenix are going to cruise to a much-needed victory. Now, you know, it's good that they put Richie Rivero in because they were pressing, they were trapping, and they needed another ball handler to make sure that, okay, we're not going to take this for granted. We're going to play it the right way towards the end. Jason Perkins can get that to go. Richie Rivero with an offensive rebound. That's the value of Richie.
I mean, you have to give credit to Coach Jamaic Noas, who's able to really keep this team together in spite of the losses.
Perkins, not that time. Oh, but they keep possession alive again. Can't tough it. He has been diving on the floor all game long, keeping possessions alive.
Yeah, and that's the reason why, you know, his style of play inspires his teammates.
There's Kelly Williams on your screen there. The face says it all. The veteran has seen so many battles. Once a Grand Slam. I believe was also part of that team that missed out on that last Grand Slam. Oh. I have to double check that. But either way, coach. Ball goes to Phoenix. Now, it's not too late yet for TNT, but they need to start chalking up wins soon. Especially in a single round robin format. As Richie Rivero will go to the line, I believe, to shoot two. Or rather, it'll be side out. But coach, at the moment, TNT having a poor start here could potentially go actually 0-4 against the San Miguel Beermen if things don't work out for them. There has to be a sense of urgency
if
from
things don't change.
Here's Perkins pulling for three again. Oh, and Jason Perkins is on a heater.
Adding insult
to injury here.
Yep.
As it is now a 27-point game for Jason Perkins. Payawal getting an easy two. Now TNT are going to play this all the way through because the point differential.
Yeah, very important in case of a tie for the 8th spot.
And no playoffs, just tiebreakers sa format natin. As Richie Rivero will take his time here, holding on to this. Salazar right in front of him, getting away there from Richie. And that time a turnover. Richie Rivero upset that there was no call. Ibonya to the corner. Here's Razon. He'll try another three. He got one a while ago. Now he has two. Here's Richie. Richie Rivero to Tyler Teo. Up top. Tyler will hold on to this here. And right now, just waiting for the final score. And typically, as the teams are already shaking
there's still
hands
30
here,
seconds.
There's 13 seconds
remaining in the game.
So they're just gonna play that out. Actually, the referee said, "Guys, wag muna."
Hindi pa tapos.
Di pa tapos. Well, they think it's over. And in a few seconds, it'll be over for sure. Well, that'll do it. They want to get home early. Again, first game here in Montalban. There's some players from the south that I know of. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a long trip home. They want to get home quickly. So,
A very convincing win by Phoenix.
Convincing win here for Phoenix. The question is, can they stay consistent? That is the biggest challenge for them. As take a look at the best player of the game, and it's not surprising. It's none other than Jason Perkins.
Oh, definitely. Jason Perkins did everything right for Phoenix, scoring 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 out of 3 from the three-point area.
And not a single foul as well. Yes,
Wow.
that's a highlight stat. Playing it right. Jason Perkins. Of course, the man with the hair getting that in. Final score, 95-81 in favor of Phoenix, as the Phoenix Fieldmasters take the win and chalk their win tally up to 2, as the TNT Tropang 5G are still looking for their first win of the conference. Games on Sunday, United Center ng Tipolo, their firma, taking on the Magnolia Chicken Claros Hot Shots for the opening tip, followed by a tasty matchup with the Tropang 5G against the San Miguel Beermen in the second game. All that at the United Center in Antipolo. And we'll be right back after this short break with some analysis. Don't go away.
Ang iyong etiketa, nakalapag sa likod ng atleta. Numero pero dala ang bandera, etyo diretso sa bupa ang buwelta. Mga tagahanga, tagapamahala, mga veteran at mga bagito, pinakamismo at magagaling, walang aling. Pamilya at barkada, game ng umarangkada. Ito ang bagong tribo, let's go game tayo dito. Ang laban, everybody let's jam. Can't stop, level up, game plan, here we go. Ang laban, everybody let's jam. Can't stop, level up, game plan.
Our post-game press conference, we are joined by our player of the game, Jason Perkins, and winning coach, Coach Jamai Karin of Phoenix. Gentlemen, congratulations. Coach, I'll start with you. You tried something different in practice, ultimate frisbee as a warm-up. So nakita mo sa laro ngayon, Coach, how much was having fun and enjoying the game a factor in this victory?
First, I'd like to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the victory. To answer your question, I just wanted to put in something different. Usually I do those kind of stuff Even before that, when I was still coaching high school, college, I would do those stuff. The reason why we did that, we just wanted to have fun. Kasi like what I said pre-game, we forgot to have fun. No matter what the results will be after 48 minutes, we have to have fun. But I said, it's going to be more fun winning than having fun losing. So we all responded. But I'd like to congratulate and thank also the assistant coaches headed by Coach John, Coach Willie Sinchan, and Coach Pao, and our strength and conditioning, because they are the one who really prepared for this game. So hats off to them and congrats to all of us.
Thank you, Coach. Now, Perk, aside from the numbers, two things that you were able to do in this game that you actually told me you wanted to do before the game. You wanted to stop fouling. You had 0 fouls in this game. And you wanted to be in better control of yourself and your actions. In the first half, you tried to flex on Paul Varilla but apologized immediately. Just talk about the level of focus you had in this game, just knowing also how big of a factor you are going to be.
Just staying in the moment, but also my teammates, my coaches, Coach Mike, keeping me accountable, not to get ahead of myself. Sometimes I get emotional, so they just bring me back down to earth to stay in the moment. So if it wasn't for them.
Well, it was a rock-bottom rumble, but the Phoenix Fieldmasters are now knocking into the playoff picture after a win here. Let's go zoom in to the first quarter where Jason Perkins, our best player of the game, got going in the interior. Coach, we saw a lot from Perkins today, a lot of control and a lot of points.
Oh, he totally controlled the game early on in the first quarter and never looked back. Actually, TNT never tasted the lead.
Never tasted the lead despite efforts like that from Stingray Nambata. Say Ladar Garcia here, because our Garcia will hit a 4-pointer. There was a time where Phoenix were perfect from beyond the arcs, and the TNT had no real answers. Back to the drawing board here for the Tropang Giga. They're trailing past by just 14 in that first quarter. Zoom to the second. RJ Azul will get going as well. Coach, the defense of TNT, a problem in this game.
Oh, definitely. Different TNT team here compared to the last conference. Again, of course, with no RHJ, but that's not an excuse right now. They really have to get together and find their identity again.
And it'll be a bit tougher for them, especially with their next assignment being the San Miguel Beermen. As we take a look at Jason Perkins, you know, if we had a coming out conference for Kai Balungay in the first 2 games especially, Jason Perkins has started to find his groove here, finally having a few more games under his belt in this Philippine Cup. Take a look at Kai Balungay, speaking of, going strong inside. He had a nondescript first half, but then it's a strength of this Phoenix team, Coach, that even if their top producers aren't producing as much, they're still able to pull out the win.
Oh yeah, there's so many players that responded and stepped up in this game. And Balungay was one of them, especially in the third.
Yeah, just finding ways. Yeah. Offensive rebounding are not really a factor this time around for Kai, but they didn't need it, to be quite honest, because the shots were going in. 73 to 55 at the end of the third and going to the fourth quarter. Really just the salt in the wound, as you mentioned a while ago. Perkins draining his triples, didn't miss a single 3-pointer this game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, TNT has thrown a lot of adjustments in the game, but Phoenix had an answer in all of them.
Tyler Teal, big triple there for him as well. Oftana will have a 3 here to try and come a bit closer, but it'll be too little too late as Jason Perkins will put the cherry on top in this big win for Phoenix, Coach. And for Phoenix, you're going to be hoping more of this, please.
Oh, yes. This is a morale confidence booster for Phoenix as they move on to their next coming games.
Coach Jamai Karin said a while ago they want their guys to have fun, and winning is fun.
Yes, obviously, yes.
Winning is fun. 95 to 81, Phoenix Fieldmasters with the win. As we take a look at the games happening on Sunday, as we mentioned, Terra Firma against Magnolia in the first game, and then this big one here, TNT against San Miguel Beermen, who are rolling this conference on the back of Junmar Fajardo's monster conference so far. That's been the United Center in Antipolo. But coming from us here, United Center 2 in Montalban. Maraming salamat po. Paul de Rosario, also Coach Eric Capitano, but Gregorio on the sidelines for us. We'll see you for the next one.
Everybody, let's